Hi everyone, it's Paul from Propel Media. I'm here today to help you put a COVID-19 announcement or notification bar on your website. And we are going to do that today using a WordPress site. And without further ado, let's go. So I've signed into my website here. The first thing I'm going to want to do is go to Plugins and Add New. We're going to search Popup. So we're going to use this announcement bar. The easiest way for you to set this up is to use a pop-up maker. And we can design this in a bunch of different ways. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a pop-up. It can be a bar or just a box down the bottom right. We'll get to that in a minute. So first thing you want to do is search pop-ups. The ones I've used the most is Pop-Up Maker. It has a ton of activations and very, very good reviews. It's very simple and has lots of customization abilities for you. So we're going to install this one now. So we'll click on Install Now, and then we will click on Activate. Now we'll be redirected to our plugin screen. And if we go down and look for Pop-Up Maker, we'll select Settings. And before you get into anything at all here in the settings, it's actually going to ask you to customize what you want the pop-up to look like. So if we click on Customize this theme, it's going to bring up kind of on the right-hand side here, it's going to show up a preview. I'm going to make some slight changes to this here. So I'm going to change this background color from red. It was red to white. We could use a blue if we wanted to and just kind of take some of the opacity out of it. This is a good idea just so people can see your website behind it, so they know they're at the right place. Especially if you've never had a pop-up before, they might be kind of wondering why you have a pop-up now. But in here you can change the title fonts, the body fonts, all the colors, what it says on the button, and all that kind of jazz. So for the sake of time, I'm just going to leave this as is, but you can go through all of these and there's sub items here as well that you can check out. So for the sake of time, I'm just going to use this that I have created already. And we'll click on Update. And then we will go to All Pop-ups. And I've already got one created here for COVID-19. But if I wanted to add a new one, I would just click on Add New Pop-up. And it would essentially open up a page that looks exactly like this. So I would name this pop-up for something that I want to recognize it with. This is the title of the pop-up, and then this is the body of the pop-up. So once we have that content in there, we have to give it a trigger. A trigger will basically tell the pop-up how to act. So here I have a time delay open. So if we click on that, basically I've set it up to open half a second after my website loads. You can change that trigger if I didn't want that and I wanted a different trigger, and if I delete that and add a new one, you can have a click to open trigger, a time delay open, or form submission. So for the sake of the COVID-19 setting, I would just use time delay. Boom, add. I want it to open half a second after the page loads, and that's good. And then the cookie name basically is added settings. So if we wanted to have this where the pop-up would only show up once every 30 days or every 15 days or whatever, we could set up a cookie to do that. In this case, I want it to show up every time someone accesses my website. Settings, you would select from the drop down here, you would select where you want the pop-up to show up. So in this case, I want it to show up on the home page. The display, we have 4 different settings here that we can use for how we want it to show up. In this case, I want it to be front and center. The close button is just what it's going to say, and some advanced settings you don't need to get into. So we will go to Update, and then we're going to open up a new tab. And half a second into it, boom, there's my pop-up. So basically this is the information that we've entered. This is the look that we gave it, and that's all you need to know. Now you can go set up your pop-up. So if you run into any issues, let me know. I will gladly help you out. Or if there's anything else that you want to chat about, give me a call.